It is the days where you struggle, and get through it. Those are the most important days. Good morning, everyone. Day 20 of the Silverback Z100 Perfection Challenge. Can you believe it's already day 20? Well, they reset the clocks last night, so we had daylight savings, and so that means I have to get up an hour earlier to get you this nice shot of the morning star. And when I set up the Perfection Challenge, I got a little lucky at the time of year, so I wasn't getting up really early, only about 6:30, but now I'm getting up well before 6, so that's just how it goes, because the challenge was for getting up before the dawn, not at a particular time. So, and I've stuck to that, and I think it's been a good thing. So I hope you guys are planning on a busy day. I am. I have on this Sunday, I have strength training. We were going to drive up to our ski fields where we go to Snow Basin this year and get our season passes. We have already purchased them. We just need to go and get our photos taken, etc. Also today, being day 20, I'm going to do day 20 of my Perfection Challenge before and after photos, so hopefully you guys will enjoy them. I have a number of things to upload for Kristen, and I was also going to do a video on rep ranges, rest time, that sort of thing. So, with the election for the new president looming this week, I hope all of you are working on yourselves, challenging yourselves, and making the world a better place. Oh, there goes the star moving around. Where's it going? Is it actually a UFO? No, it's just the morning star. Hey gang, Silverback here. Wrap up of day 20. As you can hear, I'm still a bit throaty. Got some sniffles. Gabriel brought a cold home from Kids Club the other day. He was running a little bit of fever. It happens all the time. You know, these kids go to Kids Club, they go to preschool. We've been lucky because we've had Gabriel doing a lot of stuff with other kids. So he's been intermittently sick. In fact, about this time last year, through the whole winter, Kristen, Gabriel and I, we were sick a lot. So actually that has totally calmed down. Taking your kid and getting them out with other kids so that they can deal and get some viruses, deal with them, boost their immune system so that the first time they go to school they aren't just riddled with illness for a period of time is great. So anyway, I did not get to my strength today because I just at about 2:30 in the afternoon, when I was getting ready to get to it, my head was pounding and my nose was running and I was just feeling really just like junk. So I decided to give it a miss and I'll do it today, which brings me to my day 20 wrap up. I have now been doing the Perfection Challenge, obviously 20 days. I'm 2/3 of the way through it, and I would quickly like to, as quickly as I can, which is generally not very quick, I would like to wrap up some ideas that I've had about it. First thing, with the sickness, I'd like to talk about making it when you don't feel like it versus training when you are either injured or actually ill. And so far I have, due to various things, Gabriel being ill one time, me being ill yesterday, a few other things, a sore back once. I have put off my training from one day and done it the next day. Again, keeping a net either gain or my net at zero, not losing anything, not gaining anything. And I personally am a big believer in, as you know, consistency, intensity. And if you'd have one too much, then one more than the other, it won't work out for you. Changing my day, I am able to keep the consistency and keep the intensity. If I tried to train yesterday, I would have kept my consistency, but my intensity wouldn't have been there. Now that is very different to actually skipping entire days or bunches of days because you don't feel like it. I have commented many times, and I was talking to one of the gym instructors, Larry, the other day, about the fact that very often I get to the gym and I'm just not feeling it. Don't want to be there, not really up for it, but you know, funnily enough, by one exercise, 1.5 exercises in, I'm warmed up, my blood feels good, my joints feel good, and suddenly I'm into it and I can have some of the best training sessions I've ever had after that. However, sometimes I get there with a spring in my step and I think I am going to nail PRs, personal records, and I'm going to be able to just be strong the whole time, and I get halfway through the first exercise and it all just goes down from there. Well, there's two things about that. One, you just don't know before you go and do a workout. You just don't know how you're going to be. So if you're not feeling up for it, or you are feeling up for it, you still don't know. So again, you should always go. It is always better to have done it than to have not done it. Also, it is those days, it is not the days that it's easy to get there. It's not the days where you feel strong. It's not the days where everything just happens like it was a gift from God. It is the days where you struggle and get through it. Those are the most important days. Always remember that it is when it is tough and you get through it that you become mentally and physically stronger. So now we've moved on to the mental side. And you know, when I took on this perfection challenge, I did it because partially what it's trying to do is recalibrate your mental physiology. My grandmother once made the comment to me, you can do anything for 6 weeks. And I mean, but she was saying, you know, work at the bottom of a mine, you know, do any job, put up with anything for 6 weeks. It's just 6 weeks. Golly, in the course of a lifetime, 6 weeks is nothing. And I remember hearing that, and I was pretty young at the time, probably in my late teens, early 20s, and I thought to myself, because I was already one of those people that could easily make excuses for why it was okay for me to not do something. And I heard that and I thought to myself, God, you're such a weak little loser of a person. If your grandmother can point out to you that you can do anything for 6 weeks and you're not even willing to do something for an hour at times, how pathetic is that? And that's sort of what a physical challenge is all about. It's actually about the mental side. I see people go into the gym all the time and they just go through the motions. They do the same routine all the time. They are very consistent, no intensity whatsoever, and they wonder after 8 weeks why they never get anywhere. Well, I go into the gym and I switch it up all the time. I train pretty instinctively, but the switching up, I do it for numerous reasons. But one is that if you don't switch it up, your body's not going to respond. Eventually you're going to plateau, you're not going to respond, and you're not going to keep going. If you just do the same push-pull exercises all the time, you're not going to get results in the long term. But that is a mental stagnancy. And I see these people look over at me. He's got to be cheating somehow because he keeps improving. No, it's mentality. It's how I go about it. It's the fact that I don't ever stay in a comfortable place. I push, I push, I push. Always moving forward. Always Z100. So if you are finding that your training is getting stagnant, change it up more. When you see those people doing strange things in the gym, balance movements, compound movements, different movements, non-traditional movements, there's probably a good reason. A physical challenge is there to change your mental attitude, and there is scientific data showing that if you do something for 30 days, you will, if you consistently do it every single day, you will change your mind and you will come out of that challenge a different person. So I highly, highly suggest after 20 days, I can't say that I've ever done anything in my life that's been any better than doing this. That's quite a big thing to say in 43 years. That is also partially why I have overtrained during this challenge. Doing Tai Chi every morning, doing at least one workout at home, be it strength, be it Tabata, be it just steady state. And then I've hit the gym six days out of 7, and I have not missed a 6 out of 7 the entire time, although I did switch from a Friday to a Sunday once. And that overtraining teaches you where your limits are, so that you can make a real decision on when you're actually sick or injured, and when excuse me, you are just fucking the dog and making excuses to yourself and telling you I feel like it today. What is rest for? So you can work harder. You don't rest so you can rest more. That's ridiculous. You don't eat so you can eat more. That's ridiculous. You eat so that you have energy to do. Doing is what we're here for. And so when it's time to take a rest so that you can do more, that should be a question you ask yourself. Am I resting so I can do more? Am I resting so I can do less? Because if you're doing less, not good enough. Alright, well that's my day 20 rant. Kryptonite Cocoa, recipes on the channel. Don't miss a minute of the action. Ho ho ho! It's getting pretty fast and furious out here. Cheers guys. Have a great one.